does your horse have a longer back? My horse does too. And honestly, it's always been kind of this weird conundrum because it feels like an asset and a curse both at the same time. So I'm going to show a video of my horse here where you can see that he has a longer back. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. After the saddle ends, it's a solid few inches before his butt actually starts. And we're going to listen to just a little bit of commentary from the Equestrian Paris 2024 Eventing Dressage Olympics. And there was just this little tidbit of information that I found extremely helpful for horses that have long backs. And I found this to be extremely comforting that, you know, they just take longer to cook. And I think it's because they have more body to have to compensate for. They have to figure out really how to get all their body parts to work together. And they're further away from each other. So I think it literally takes longer based on how far apart they are. So if you also have a horse with a longer back, you're going to hopefully find this information helpful as well. So let's listen to it and then talk about it. What the Olympic professional commentator had to say, and mine for a little bit of this gold nugget of information, and then let's talk about it.
A long horse, never easy to ride a long horse, but if you can get them the balance that they need, they can be very scopy, both over the ground in paces and across a jump. But on the whole, I think a long horse takes time to mature. And Oxley, as John said, was a Tokyo horse. So he's been going for a bit, and he will be all the better and stronger for that.
So, like I said, very small amount of information. However, so incredibly helpful because, for one of the things she said was that longer backed horses are more scopy, and I would 100% agree with that because they literally can stretch their body out and cover. I had a horse that was, you know, honestly, like if you took a picture of him, that's actually the horse. When you look at a picture of him, he was conformationally like perfect. He was exactly on paper what somebody would want out of a horse. But his back was not very long versus my next horse that I got after this horse. He had an unfortunate pasture accident. Has a really long back. And one of the things that this one really struggled with, that the other one does not, is jumping across wide fences. Now, I don't know if I'm going to give the back all the credit there. However, it is something just interesting when you line up the facts about it. That one really struggled with going across wide jumps versus my horse with the longer back. That is his bread and butter. You know, I have a harder time getting him to back off than I do to go distance. Like, he really does fly across and over things. So I found this really interesting. The first thing she said was that the longer backed horses can be more scopy, but she added the caveat that they take longer to mature and gain strength. And I 100% can attest to that because while my horse was incredible, he has always been incredible, but because of his the way he moves, it has always been really hard on his body, and I have always attested that to him having just a little bit of a longer back. It's so hard to get him to sit on his butt, but also because that thing is out in Timbuktu. It's not even a part it's not even a part of the conversation, honestly. So if you have a horse with a longer back, I found this little bit of gold in the equestrian commentary from the Olympics, and hopefully you also found this helpful if you also have a horse with a longer back. Now, this was just something that I added in for fun, but if you want to watch who did the best medium trot, who did the best extended canter, who jumped it best, then check out this playlist here because I've got tons of videos from the Paris 2024 Olympics. Check it out.